Good morning, good afternoon, welcome everybody. Talos Mobius here, and today I'm a bit on my own, but that's because it's been a busy couple of weeks, and Walter and I are on still different schedules. But the next video that you will see from us, being on the update for July the 11th of 2024, is gonna be with Walter, so look forward to it if you miss him. Sorry for the 2 week hiatus. I probably will have also a stream coming up within the next few days to at least catch up, talk with people, see how you're all doing for those interested. I'll put it up as a schedule on the next video about when I'm aiming to stream. It's gonna be, obviously probably European time, but I will try to convert it for everyone. Uh, but yeah, we don't have a lot to talk about, as I'm just gonna do a quick catch up for what we missed for the past few weeks that we missed out. But it shouldn't be too much. It won't be like an information overload, but like you'd usually expect. I will talk a bit about new levels at the most, if we got anything, special, or it's not gonna be anything interesting. Like the major thing that I might mention is that there were a few interesting roles, like the Banshee Norn coming back as an enhanced role, but that's about it, really. So last we left off at the announcement of the um, full armor unicorn. All right, let's get this out of the way. That's where we left off, and that's where we're jumping on. So let's look at it really quickly. Full armor unicorn. That's why you see me with a half and half unicorn. Half normal, half bouncy, or at least that was the intent. It kind of came a bit weirder, but I will accept it. This is not the final model. I just want to show it off for people that might be interested as to what I've been also doing while I've been quite busy. So yeah, full armor unicorn. It's as good as we expected. It's actually probably better than what we expected. It's uh, it's certainly in the top three at this point by my standards. Alter, I think, will give his 2 cents as well. But I think that does the job that the Hainu does really well. But the full armor unicorn is the thing that you kind of missed out on. I will talk in further detail with Alter about the full armor unicorn, as we're aiming to make a proper catch-up video. So expect this as a teaser as to what is to come. We're going to cover more, a lot quicker, and a lot better. Now, the full armor unicorn was released alongside the full armor unicorn for PC as well. So as you can tell, we had incredible variety during the PC release. But all joking aside, I think that it was interesting to see both console and PC to get the same mobile suit. Well, there are people that did not get very happy with that because they want to have the knowledge that it's coming, uh, you know, a lot later. But I personally did not mind it, but that's because I also don't play on PC as much as I play on console. I still remain on console. I play on PC from rare time to time. Other than that, PC got the Heavy Gundam Ingrid Zero. We've already talked about that unit. Uh, and what else off the top of my head? The Heavy Gundam Ingrid Zero, obviously the Full Armor Gundam, and also the newest mobile suit, which for PC is the Roswell Jigen, probably by the time that you'll see this video. So, yeah, we talked about the Roswell Jigen as well, so that's interesting. So, yeah, the next week's mobile suit for console was the Messer Type F02. The Messer Type F02 is actually pretty interesting. You have everything that the Messer does, the general Messer, and you give it to a raid, but you make the raid about as much of a hover type as pretty much a Dom or a Dom Tropen. Its movement feels about as floaty as it. Maybe even the Zaku 3, normal. You give it pretty much the same abilities, plus a shield mounted grenade launcher, which is pretty much a single shot bazooka slash stormfast that flies extremely quickly. And also, the beam rifle has two modes, the normal beam rifle mode and then a multi-burst mode, which builds up stun really quickly and constantly can build up stun people to frustrate the heck out of them. Overall, an exceptional mobile suit. I think that it's going to be one of the best 650s at cost, as the Messer already has proven to be one of the better of 650 generals, so it's up there without being game breaking. And the Messer Type F02 does the same. Again, more information on the new mobile suits along with Alter. Uh, but if you want my 2 cents on the mobile suit here, I think it's an interesting concept to try to make a mobile suit so vastly different. It could have been a walker like the Messer Type F01. It could have been a support, which would be interesting, but that makes me question, will we see the naked type be... Because let's be honest, the naked type is coming along with the F01 and the F02. But the naked type, will it be also a raid or will it be a support in some way? Will they find a way to make it a support and carry all of their bases? I doubt it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do, especially since the Messer is such a cool design. I can't wait to see more eventually. I hope that those that got the chance to get the Messer Type F02 enjoyed it. I haven't had my chance to get my hands on it, but the chance I do, it's all over for you fellas. All joking aside, though. Moving on, moving from the Messer F02, we're moving to the map changes. We talked about these and we'll cover them in further detail, as I think Alter and I can have an interesting debate on this. Alter said that he didn't really think that the maps that were mostly touched on here need any major changes, but I gotta say that I appreciate how those minor touches made the map so much better. First of all, we have Mountain, which, while it is one of the better maps in my personal opinion, because it does the classic, you want to push to get anywhere, but if you push too far you might get yourself locked down because the enemy team has better places to lock down people. It now has easier ways for a side B to get on the mountain and retain the mountain, unlike how it did in the past, which pretty much had the left team B at a disadvantage from the get-go, because it was you know, you're always right hand view, and Team B was forced at the left hand. So I'm really glad for those changes, and I also really like the new opening, giving you 2 openings to push through. 3 if you, yeah, 4 technically, I guess, if you count going up on the mountain and going around through the canyon, well, through the caves. So that's interesting. Team A also got a little bit of defense at their base with a few extra containers. Nothing too special, but interesting enough, I guess. Um, Point C now has an easier spot where you can hide, I guess you could say, where pretty much if someone shoots you, you have an easier chance to hide in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So there is more cover, more openings. It's honestly better. I think that maps being too closed in a game like GVO2 makes the game even slower than it already is, and the maps like Mountain kind of needed a bit of a touch up to be perfect, and I think that that's what they needed. Up next, Underground Base got a very minor touch up in the aspect of increasing the light and making an easy pathway for people to go up ramps without the need to boost, to go up to base on both sides. So that's excellent. That means that you don't have to waste valuable boost um, or take longer to reach specific points. Because can you imagine spawning in the water and then having to go to A or C, and you have to pretty much try to figure out how to get there? Yeah, no. Trenches lighting has gone up once again, although it's a bit interesting seeing how it's very cloudy, because probably the trenches are either heavily demolished California, or it's somewhere where a coin dropped. Regardless, as you can see here, there is, first of all, the hills are not as jagged and as messy where people can't go up as easily, meaning that supports will have an easier time of going up, but also the raids that are hunting them will have an easier time to chase them. Same with general, same for everyone. Everyone has an easier access rather than just 2 ramps on one on either side. So the whole hill is now pretty much curved so you can go up there. For the middle ground, as you've noticed, there is now more debris that you can hide behind, which makes it easier for you to, take cover. But larger mobile suits will still most likely get hit, so keep an eye out on that. So things like the Zekusvai and the Nightingale might still struggle in a map like this, but it will be better for some of the larger but not largest mobile suits. Impact side. Now, impact side is interesting because they took away some of the easy accessibility where pretty much opposing teams could go up the hill on their own easily, and instead now you have to pretty much take zigzags and try to go up there that way, which gives you both an advantage on trying to avoid getting shot if you're lucky, but it makes also your movement very obvious for your opponents. So that is interesting. Up next, some terrain has been moved so that the allies can actually hide in the area. As you can see here, the Marasai is the poor dude is looking for a place to hide, but he can't find anywhere until now. I'm kind of glad that the little dude can hide somewhere, and he's using the Marasai beam rifle. What a sad instead of using the fading rifle. Other than that, Mass Driver Facility got the biggest glow up. First of all, the areas in the front have been removed enough where it's now extremely open, where there can be massive amounts of combat in there. So it can be easily a brawl. You can make it into a G Gundam arena, for crying out loud. But all joking aside, there are now new sniping areas where you can just pew your way from above. But it makes it also really easy for you to get shot as a sniper, so be careful. And also the points are now on the buildings, meaning that you're going to either have to waste the valuable thruster gets to get up there, or hope that your pallet can get up there in case your mobile suit is about to get destroyed. Finally, oh no, not finally, we have a little bit of more. So first of all, there's a ramp now right by the submarine so that you can get out. Because let's be honest, people would get stuck there and just be jumping constantly trying to get out. I've seen that, or they would give up and go around. The crane has been moved so that pretty much it's not blocking the only pathway towards what was it, D. So pretty much you can move easier now. You don't have to worry about getting caught in there in this little messy area. But also it means that there's not as much cover. But it also means that your legs are not as likely to get hit as often on accident or out of necessity. So yeah, I think that's a W. Finally, we do have that the spawns to be a bit different, a bit closer to the bases, which is nice because that way your team is not stuck pretty much all going off on their own in pairs of three and hoping that one team does not get destroyed and the other gets destroyed. So I think that's pleasant. I think that's very pleasant. Finally, adjustments, aka unit updates for console. PC has had the updates that came out 2 months ago. We've already covered them. For those interested, I will find the video and put the link in the description down below. So look forward to that, I guess. Perfect Gundam Thunderbolt. Minus 1000 health, minus 5 movement speed. Beam Rifle has a longer cooldown of 4.5 seconds from 3. Downswing with the single beam saber does more or less damage, and the hyper bazooka takes longer to switch. I don't think that will make the perfect Gundam. Wait, why am I covering this? I think that Alter and I covered this. No, I don't think that we did we? We might have even covered the full armor unicorn, which makes this whole video unnecessary, but well, I don't think that we cover the full armor unicorn. I just think that I'm just suffering a Mandela effect or something on myself. So that's a really funny thing that you get to witness me suffering a Mandela effect of some sort. Either way, the Perfect Gundam got a good nerf. Do I think it's the nerf that it needed? I wouldn't say so. The Psycho Zaku Mark II has a good nerf in the aspect of that it has less thruster gates, meaning that it can't force injector boost for so long. It has double dodge rolls, it has maneuver armor, it has offense system. Yes, it has everything of that. The major disadvantage that it has that doesn't have as many accessible instants. While it does have a heavy attack, yes. There are a lot of things that the Perfect Gundam Thunderbolt has that makes it a lot better than the Psycho Zaku Mark II. I know that was the intent, but I think we've overshot our mark. Buffs. Will those buffs make it hang? it's better than it was. Flight control program level 2, damage control level 2, special back add-on buffer level 3. Level 2, we're getting a lot of buffs like flight control program level 3 and pursuit melee auxiliary program. Cool. It has more ammo on its beam rifle, quicker rapid fire of the rapid fire beam, the 4 beam swords, so it's quicker or cooldown quicker, sorry. And the biosensor is available at 50% and the lock-on takes 3 times as long to lock on. Does it matter as much? I don't think so. I think that there are a few necessary adjustments for the O to be better. Ultra has made the suggestion that at one point you can put on the same skill that the Sinanju has, or even better or worse depending on how you view it. You could put on the skill that the actually no, the Dome Resonance has the same thing. So yeah, put it on the O. The Resonance has it, for crying out loud. Psychodoga. I don't know why they buffed it. I honestly really don't know why they buffed it. At times I question myself as to why we see those buffs. But I guess here we are, you know? So well, I do appreciate those buffs and also kind of dislike the buffs because they were a bit over the top. Extra health, more melee, mid, and long range slots, quicker focus rate with the beam AR, quicker switch time for the beam sword, quicker cooldown for the beam axe, missiles have a quicker short down reload, and projectile is less likely to hit objects on the map, meaning that it has slightly smaller hitbox, meaning it's better for pinpoint shots. The grenade launcher has a much quicker reload. I don't think it was necessary, but good for the Psycho Dog. I guess he'll be played a bit more. Yakusiki Kai. Plus 1000 HP, more stuff for the level 2 and the level 3. Head pulse laser cannon has quicker overheat recovery, quicker less hit rate. Arm grenade launcher has quicker reload, more power. Clay bazooka has more damage, more ammo, less cooldown, less reload. You get the gist of it. GPO1, Pale Rider Space Type. Well, GPO1 full burn and Pale Rider Space Type and Zakuma and Later all got balancers because they're now available on ground maps as well. Rickdom 2 Guy Helmet got Assault Booster and a balancer because it's available on the ground as well. And Zaku Machinery EB got extra damage on its long beam rifle, quicker focus time. The beam projectile flies out faster, I guess, and the focus attack on the long rifle does more damage. Finally, the Zaku Machine Gun for the Zaku Machinery EB has more range by 50, and finally the Jim Cannon Space Assault type can go on the ground. That about covers everything that I want to talk about really quickly. Take it as a sneak peek to what we'll be talking about in a few days, hopefully. I don't have much to tell you right now, as you know, I like having people to debate me, to talk to me, you know, people that are willing to go and talk about what their beliefs are on what happened with this update, I guess you could say. But for now, I will give a quick thank you to when I said that I will make more videos, in a more programmed state. I kind of disappeared, but forgive me, real life usually slaps you in the face when you try to make plans, and we always slap them back. That's why we rage. We trade melee. I'll see you all on the battlefield. Have an excellent day, and I'll see you soon.